Tina Mbachu, and I am the founder of Atelier Mboka, which is a sustainable fashion brand with an eye for structure and form. And working with the brand, I draw a lot of my inspiration from Africa's collective material culture as well as our natural environment. The starting point for me in terms of how I engage with sustainability is by looking at Africa's material culture. And by material culture, I mean really looking at the different cultural objects that exist within our different ethnic groups, different parts of the continent, and understanding how those objects were produced. This is because very often when we consider objects, we usually just think of them as just that. We think of them as objects, but they carry with them memory, or they carry with them history. They carry with them history of the people that made the products, what were their socioeconomic conditions within our society at that specific time. They carry with them history or memory. I kind of use both words interchangeably, but they carry with them also memory of the different types of materials that were used, where these materials originated from, and even more importantly, also they carry with them the importance, they carry with them the function of that specific object in a given society. So designing with a purpose, designing for beauty, but also designing for functionality within that given society. So for me, understanding this about an object, that they're just not, these passive things that exist in society, allows for me to engage with sustainability from the design and production aspect, and focusing on that collective memory, focusing on the past, what was done in the past, and how can we bring those knowledge back, especially in terms of sustainable materials that are used and more ethical means of production processes. And by the ethical means of production processes, really looking at how do we bring more ownership to the producers, to the artisans, or to the communities that we work with. I think the aspect of material culture, really looking at doing a deep dive, I suppose, and researching about past objects that you find interesting, that you draw inspiration from, but researching about the past of those objects, the different production methods, the different types of materials, allows for us to really bring back our identity into our products that we design. So looking again at sustainability, not from only that aspect of making sure that materials are environmentally friendly, or the producers are earning fair wages, but also really from that perspective of cultural sustainability as well, bringing and maintaining our culture, reinterpreting our culture within our design work. So my approach to sustainability, specifically because I look at this material culture aspect of it, has broadened a little bit beyond the normal conversations that we have on sustainability, which is specifically about environmental sustainability, economic sustainability, and so forth. Yeah, so while my background is not in design or fashion, I have always, as far as I can remember, had a predisposition for this work, for design, and engaging it with design in almost, I guess, an academic way. I've always had that predisposition. My actual background and my 9-to-5 is in development, international development, and I have a very specific focus on economic empowerment. And because of this, I've had the opportunity to be involved with different artisan communities, whether as collectives, working as collectives, or as individual artisans, and really learning from them, the different types of materials that they use, which are primarily very natural materials that also regenerate pretty quickly without very minimal input, and also learning from them the histories of the different production methods that they use, and how they learned from their ancestors or their parents as well. And because of this exposure and learning so much from these different communities, my approach to sustainability has really been on skills retention, so ensuring that artisan communities have ownership of their skills, and as such have ownership of that means of production for their economic well-being, right? So combining that part of the people aspect of sustainability, which is not only just making sure that they're earning good wages, but also making sure that they own the means of production and they have the power to fully negotiate what they consider to be fair wage per piece that they produce.